guys, welcome back to Ralph's Garage. I just spent about 2 minutes talking into my camera, thinking that it was recording, but I just took a selfie. So, anyway, it is Saturday, October 15th, and I just wanted to give y'all this is a current day update of what's going on at Ralph's Garage. So let me show you around and get you kind of caught up to where I'm at. And yeah, so stay tuned. Okay, probably the most obvious thing is the lack of an engine. And the deal with that is I am upgrading. The 5.3, which is right here, has served me well. It's still a good motor. Nothing broke on it or anything like that. And this is what I'm putting in it. This is an LQ9, 6 liter. It's the high output 6 liter, so it has the flat top pistons, a little more compression. And I have a set of heads that are coming for this. These are the ones that came off the 5.3. They're just sitting there because I left. I'm in and out of here for a month, and I didn't want it sitting open, so I just set the old heads on here. So yeah, that is the engine that I built in that little time-lapse video that I put out the other day. That was just from some footage that I had on my phone. Because like I said, I was away from home. So I'm kind of trying to do things on my phone now. I'm going to see how this phone-only YouTube thing works. I think I'll be able to put out maybe better videos and more content. So LQ9, I opened up the ring gap on that. I went to 30 thousandths ring gap on this. Brand new rings, gave it a ball hone, and what else? I put the sloppy stage 2 in there. All new seals, new rear main seal, so I don't have to go through that debacle. I put the billet barbell piece in there, a little oil galley barbell piece. That was a real quick piece of that video. Transferred over the oil pan and the pickup tube and all that from the other engine, from the 5.3. I transferred over the water pump. New seals everywhere. So basically, yeah, this isn't done. I'm waiting on the heads. I have a really nice set of heads coming for this. More on that later. But this is going to be a very rowdy NA motor. And of course, your boy's going to hit it with 100 shot at least. So it should be fun. I also have a whole rear end thing going on. I got this reinforcement plate here going on, which it's not bolted in, it's just sitting there. But this is what happens is, that was loud. So what happens is these this cast aluminum cover, these things can break. So you put a nice steel reinforcement on there, and that keeps it from breaking. So that's what that's for. I have a couple rear ends. There's another one. Different ratios. These are both LSDs. Or no, this is an open. This is an M3 LSD. You can see it's got the M3 stubs in it. And these are non-M. See those no lines on it? This one has lines. That's how you can quickly identify between the M3 and the non-M stuff. Speaking of the M3 rears, what's happening in the rear? I did a reinforcements on a subframe here. This is a spare subframe that I picked up. And this is basically all the parts for the BMW here. The headers are down there. I'm going to ditch the heat wrap, and I'm going to actually wrap these headers in this aluminum heat shielding. So that'll be a project, and I'm going to try and get pretty artistic with making it look good. So I got a couple boxes of that aluminum stuff. What else do I have going on here? So I'm changing the exhaust. I'm gonna make an exhaust with a dual exhaust, true dual, with an X pipe, with one of these on each side of the car. I can pop open the garage. So yeah, this is the rear of the BMW. You can see it's a little different. I have a diffuser here, and I'm gonna take, this is the factory exhaust cutout, I'm going to match that on this side, and I'm gonna have one of those dual exhausts on each side. One of those tips, kind of like that. It'll be on either side. Obviously it won't be laying on there, it'll be up a little bit, but you can get the gist. And then this is an LTW wing that I actually got this from eBay. It's a cheap one. It's the only thing that really worries me is like I could see it flexing, but it's not too bad. I did the old rattle can paint job on it. It looks decent. Everything's dusty in here right now, but yeah, the paint could be better. I also painted my window trim. I know a lot of people could see the window trim was all jacked up. It was all rusty and everything. Another deal that I have going on is you can see that this rad support is not the factory one. I think the factory one's out in the scrap pile. So this car was in a front end wreck before. And I knew that this was a super cheap car, so it has its things. And the whole front of this, I've never been able to get the front end aligned. It had, before, the bumper, like, stopped here. So it was, like, out too far, and this is kind of just roughly on there. So what it was, the frame rails were bent right here. So I went to the junkyard and cut off a front end off of a good E36 that was there, straightish one, and I haven't tacked it in. It's kind of sitting where I want it, close. I just have to put a jack under here and jack it up till it matches the hood line here, and then I'm gonna tack weld the frame rails in, and it's all gonna come apart. And I'm going to reinforce the frame rails with plating from about here all the way up on the top, the inside, and on the bottom from here, and then on the wheel well side. So I'm going to reinforce that with plating, and then take it all apart and make it all red, so you'll never know. Also upgrading the cooling system. So this is that eBay cheap radiator. This was really barely able to keep up with the LS. It's a single pass. So your coolant comes in and it goes through and it goes out and back to the engine from there. And it's not that thick. You can see compared to the new one. The new one is a Chase Bays, the tucked radiator, which you can see there. So the thought on this is I'm going to mount it sort of in here at an angle. I have to cut some of this out right here. Some of this bumper beam has to get cut, trimmed, and it's going to be in here in an angle. So I want to do the intake so it comes out and right into here, and just have, you know, air filter right here with a Y. But we'll see how that turns out. A lot of work. There's a lot going on. The transmission's there. Yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at. I rearranged the garage. So my cart used to be there. My toolbox used to be here. So I tried to use better use of my space. Everything's kind of like in here that normally isn't, because I've been away. Yeah, guys, so that's the plan. That's what's going on in the garage here. I have been busy, so I'm not home and I'm not able to do any work in the garage for the next month at least. So I'm gonna try and make some content out of videos that I have, because obviously I have a ton of stuff that I've recorded that so hopefully you guys like the cell phone created videos rather than I'm so sick and tired of trying to record with GoPros. It's always issues. There's like SD card issues, or the batteries die super quick. I I don't know. I don't know if I have bad luck with them or if they're that bad, but anyway, off my rant. I'm going to get going. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time. Oh, I am super close to 1,000 subscribers. Like right now I think I have 944. So if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. I would really appreciate it. Yeah, thank you. It would be awesome if I could get 1,000 subscribers. I have the watch time needed to get monetized, you know, and I kind of want to see where this goes. So if you can get me over 1,000, that really will set the channel off. So please and thank you. See ya.